Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Behel. The Narendra Modi government has reconstituted the Niti Aayog, while the Prime Minister remains the chairperson of the Aayog. Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Shivraj Singh Chauhan is the new ex officio member. Senior ministers of NDA allies have been given representation in the government think tank Niti Aayog. Now HD Kumaraswamy and TDP's Ram Mohan Naidu are among the special invitees. Well, shifting our focus now to some more news that we're getting. Ahead of the Union Budget, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu is in Delhi again. Well, CM Naidu is also the chief of the TDP, a key ally of the ruling BJP with 16 MPs, is meeting Amit Shah, and in this meeting he is expected to seek more funds for his state. As per information available, Naidu's focus is on securing a special financial package from the centre along with attracting investments for this state. Well, my colleague Vasudha gets us more on that.
This comes at a time that the centre is also ready to present the first budget of Modi 3. And this meeting is very important because I'm told by my sources that the BJP leadership would to meet him. This is also the BJP trying to send out a message that it takes its allies, along. And last time, July 4th and 5th is when I was in New Delhi when he met the Prime Minister, Home Minister and other ministers, and when he also made sure that he actually communicated his demands. And this time, he's meeting the Home Minister to ensure that there is some finalization of what the centre can deliver to Andhra Pradesh. Clearly, it's a 5-point agenda that he has. Amravati is on his mind. Polavaram, the irrigation project, is on his mind. He's also asking for the international airport to start operating from Vijayawada. He is focused on investment entirely, and also he wants farmers of his state to get benefits of Polavaram, and also he wants the centre to expand its drinking water scheme. So clearly, several things on his mind there. But of course, these are pressing issues of the state, which is why he's here, and the meeting is going on with the Home Minister, and we'll get to know perhaps tomorrow as to what really the centre has decided when it comes to giving out welfare schemes to the state of Andhra Pradesh.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the developments on that and get you more. Meanwhile, some more news now. This is from West Bengal. Calcutta High Court has restrained West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee from making defamatory statements against the governor. Well, the governor had filed a defamation suit against the Bengal Chief Minister, and Mamata Banerjee now has reacted on the High Court order, saying that the order is unfounded and she can't be oblivious to the sufferings of her people. Well, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is expected to challenge the High Court order.
In all humility, I welcome the judgment. I have tried to give maximum respect and regards to Mamata Banerjee, treating her as my esteemed constitutional colleague. The remarks that she made about me were not expected at all from her.
ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर कभी गवर्नर साहब को कोई डिफामेटरी वर्ड नहीं यूज किया है. जो इंटरिम ऑर्डर कोर्ट से हुआ है वो नहीं होना चाहिए था. मैं कोर्ट को रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं, लेकिन नहीं होना चाहिए था. जो चीज प्रेयर में नहीं है वो ऑर्डर में आ रहा है. इसका क्या मतलब है? ये हो नहीं सकता. और मैं फिर से दोहराई हूं, राजभवन का एक इन्फ्लुएंशियल पर्सन के खिलाफ एक रिस्पेक्टेड औरत का मिसबिहेव करने का बहुत गहरी एलिगेशन है. अगर ये बोलने के लिए कोई हमारा खिलाफ डिफामेशन का केस करेंगे, वो कर सकते हैं. हम समझ लेंगे, कोर्ट में भी, रास्ते में भी.
All right. Huge controversy seems to have erupted on this matter. Meanwhile, some more news now ahead of the top court hearing the NEET UG exam case. The Union Health Ministry has issued a notice with regard to the NEET UG counselling. Well, colleges have been asked to share information on the medical seats available with them. The list of seats are to be added on the portal by July 20th. Now, NEET UG counselling is expected to begin soon. Remember, the government in its affidavit in Supreme Court earlier had said that counselling will begin in the 3rd week of July. And before that, this is the latest coming in at this point in time. Union Health Ministry has issued a notice to colleges asking them to share the information on the medical seats available with them. Some more news now. 4 people have been arrested in connection with the murder of NTK functionary Balasubramanian in Madurai. The police has said that the property and matrimonial dispute is the cause of the murder of the NTK leader. Well, NTK leader Balasubramanian's death has sparked a huge controversy in Tamil Nadu. He was hacked in Madurai and the police is now probing a personal enmity angle behind the murder. Well, the Tamil Nadu Home Secretary has also been transferred as part of the action that has been taken in connection with the case. Remember, this is the second murder that has taken place in the last few days in Tamil Nadu. On July 5th, Tamil Nadu BSP chief was shot dead by miscreants, by 5 men. And now, NTK functionary has also been hacked by some men, after which we are learning 4 people now have been arrested. Well, we'll get you more on that. Meanwhile, some news coming in from Jammu Kashmir. A day after another deadly encounter in Jammu Kashmir in which 4 army men were martyred, a captain and 3 jawans. In all, 9 army men have died in the Jammu region in the last 7 days. Now, the opposition had targeted the government for the spurt in terror attacks and has demanded accountability. Rigorous operations have been launched by the security forces to track down attackers in Doda Forest.
The latest encounter in the Jammu region, 4 Indian Army soldiers, including a captain, killed in action when they took on terrorists in the Desa forests, 50 kilometers from Doda town. 9 army soldiers have been killed in encounters south of the Pir Panjal range in the last week, a crisis that the army is trying to address.
वो तो बहुत ही डिसेंट था और ऐसे मतलब कंप्लेन कभी नहीं करता था वो, जैसे कंप्लेन करते ना लोग ऐसे था, ऐसे नहीं था वो, वेरी डिसेंट गाय। तो जैसे तो उसको आर्मी में जाना भी था, गर्व तो होता ही है ना, देश के लिए कुछ किया उसने, है ना, तो देश के लिए तो कुछ किया है, तो गर्व तो होता ही है।
The latest incident took place after the army made contact with a group of terrorists and an encounter began.
In the initial volley of fire, 4 Indian Army personnel were injured, who later succumbed to their injuries. Additional troops and equipment have been inducted to flush out the terrorist, and use of drones and other technical resources is being ensured.
5 soldiers were killed and 5 others were injured after 2 military trucks were ambushed at Badnota area of Kathua district last week. In the last 32 months, 48 army soldiers have been killed in terrorist attacks in Jammu region that was free from militancy till a few years ago. The opposition has targeted the government for the spurt in terrorist attacks and has demanded accountability. After the attack, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh spoke to Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, who briefed him about the security situation.
सेना अपनी तरफ से पूरा प्रयास करती है, पूरे सुरक्षा बल की जो भी यूनिफाइड कमांड का हिस्सा है उनकी तरफ से प्रयास रहते हैं, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि जल्द इन लोगों को मार गिराया जाएगा और ये पाकिस्तान की तरफ से कायरतापूर्ण चीजें बार-बार हो रही हैं।
The spate of attacks on army in Jammu region has upset all the security calculations about Jammu and Kashmir, as a peaceful region has been turned into a major theatre of militancy. Security forces have launched massive operations to track down attackers. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, Findi TV.
Well, we are shifting our focus now. The government has put on hold the district training program of controversial IAS officer Pooja Khedkar, who is under the scanner for allegedly forging disability certificates to clear the civil services examination as well as misusing power. Khedkar has been asked to report back to the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration by July 23rd. My colleague Radhika gets us more on that.
Trouble mounting for probationary IAS officer Pooja Khedkar. Her district training in Maharashtra has been cancelled by the government amid selection row. Her training has been put on hold. In fact, Pooja Khedkar to return to Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie by July 23rd. Of course, she came under spotlight initially surrounding her demands for facilities not available to probationary officers in the IAS. Her high-handedness, misuse of power came to fore. In fact, the controversy intensifying after allegations of submitting fake disability and OBC certificates to clear civil services exam surface. As far as allegations of misuse of power is concerned, She allegedly used a red beacon light on her Audi car, got Maharashtra government written on it without permission. This car has been confiscated by Pune police. There were allegations that she also made repeated requests for a private cabin, car, living quarters, peon, even before her joining duty. Now, but more importantly, she's accused of posing as an OBC non-creamy layer candidate in her UPSC candidature. She claimed she was visually and mentally disabled, and she allegedly lied about her mental and visual condition to secure an officer's post despite an unremarkable score in the ultra competitive exam. Now, she submitted certificates that in fact were allegedly obtained fraudulently from a district hospital. Of course, she was transferred from Pune to Vashim after the allegations in fact surfaced against her, including that she in fact lied to secure an OBC certificate. So now the union government has of course constituted a single member committee to verify the candidature claims and other details of Pooja Khetkar following this controversy over her alleged misuse of power as a civil servant. The UPSC also directing Maharashtra government to examine her caste and disability certificate amid allegations that she used the fraudulent means to secure position.
Well, various fraudulent certificates have been submitted by the trainee IAS officer, which are under the scanner now, and now she's been recalled to the academy where further action is going to be taken. We'll keep an eye on the updates as they come in and bring you more. With that, it's time for a short break here. More continues on the other side. Five lakh women in Maharashtra are filling the forms daily of Maaji Ladki Behan Yojana. However, many have found the form filling process quite tedious. Now, the last date to fill the form is August 31st. Under the Mukhyamantri Maaji Ladki Behan Yojana, eligible women from all sections of the society will be given a benefit of 1500 rupees, for which they should apply by August 31st. Deputy Chief Minister and Pune District Guardian Minister Ajit Pawar has assured that no eligible woman in the state will be deprived of the benefits of the scheme. Now, Mukhyamantri Maaji Ladki Behan Yojana is an ambitious scheme, and a provision of 46,000 crores has been made for this scheme for 1 year. Eligible women between the age group of 21 to 65 years with income up to 2.5 lakh rupees are eligible to apply online for this scheme. To apply offline, women should contact the Anganwadi supervisor, Gram Sevaks in the village. Now, after applying, the list of eligible beneficiaries is released. Well, the BMC, remember, had also registered an FIR against an unknown person on the allegation of demanding money from these women to fill forms in Mumbai's Northeast Ward. Take a look at this report.
These women are queuing up to fill forms of the latest government scheme, the Maaji Ladki Behan Yojana, which could give them 1,500 rupees a month. Though the submission date has been extended till the 31st of August, women continue to stand in long queues and struggle to fill the forms.
पूरा दिन लग गया फॉर्म भरने में. ऊपर से जॉइंट अकाउंट था मेरे हस्बैंड का, तो लगा कि बोले कि सेपरेट अकाउंट चाहिए, तो वो भरने के लिए भी मुझे बहुत टाइम लगा. 8-10 दिन तो लगे वो मतलब ये आने में, पासबुक आने में 8-10 दिन लग गए. उसके बाद मैंने वो फॉर्म एक दिन में पूरा भर के सुबह से शाम तक खड़े रह के फॉर्म भरा है. मुझे बस इतना ही लगता है कि चलो हम लोग घर में बैठे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ी बहुत हेल्प हो जाएगी तो अच्छा है. इसकी वजह से हमने ये फॉर्म भरा है.
Most women from the deprived section find it difficult to fill the forms. Many also don't have the required documents. 55-year-old Indira Devi Tanwar reached the form submission center with her documents. However, her application was rejected without any reason, she says.
फॉर्म भरने गए थे, उसमें मैं है ना 15 दिन से राइट कर रही हूँ. आज ये फॉर्म ओके नहीं है, आज ये फॉर्म लाओ, आज ये फॉर्म लाओ, आज वो फॉर्म लाओ. इसका मतलब हाँ, ये हो सकता है एक राशन कार्ड और एक आधार कार्ड जरूरी है, या हो सके तो एक पैन कार्ड जरूरी है. इन तीन में से एक चीज जरूर होनी चाहिए. चलो 2 मान लो, 4 चीज होती है, 2 मान के चलो. उसमें अलग अलग इसकी राय अलग, उसकी राय को फिर बड़ी मैडम. इससे अच्छा तुम खुद ही आके भर लो ना. मैडम को छोड़ो, मैडम को ऊपर क्यों बिल फाड़ते हो.
The form of 35-year-old Poonam Baswala was rejected only because she did not have a PAN card.
मेरे देवर की डेथ हो गई, उनके 3 बच्चे हैं. पैन कार्ड मेरा अहमदाबाद का है तो बोले तुम्हारा रिजेक्ट हो गया है। और 1500 रुपये आज के ज़माने में किसको ज़रूरी नहीं है, सबको ज़रूरत है। 2 लड़कियों की माँ हूँ मैं, मेरे को भी चाहिए 1500 रुपया, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं चाहिए।
In all 24 municipal departments of Mumbai, the Anganwadi workers have been tasked with helping women fill their forms.
अभी तक ये बहुत सारे हो चुके हैं, ऑफलाइन और ऑनलाइन दोनों भी भरना है। हम लोग भर रहे हैं, बहुत लोग मतलब ऑलमोस्ट सुबह का काम करके वो लोग आ ही जाते हैं दोपहर तक का, और उनके डॉक्यूमेंट्स वगैरह सब लेके अच्छा चल रहा है। आधार कार्ड, रेशन कार्ड या बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट या उनका स्कूल का दाखला, वो नहीं हो तो रेशन कार्ड, मीन्स उनके कुछ भी प्रूफ नहीं हो तो रेशन कार्ड चलता है उनको, लेकिन पुराना 15 साल पुराना चाहिए। और जो महिला पर गाँव से मीन्स उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार वगैरह हो, उनका कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं हो तो उनके हस्बैंड का जो यहाँ प्रूफ मीन्स 15 साल से ऊपर रह रहे, वो उनका या उनके वोटिंग कार्ड या बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट या रेशन कार्ड वो लगता है।
Of Maharashtra's 13 crore population, 46%, that is 6.1 crore, are women. Of these, 58% women are in the age group of 21 to 65 years who are eligible for this scheme. But 25% of the women are illiterate who struggle to fill forms and submit documents. Pune, Solapur, Malegaon, Buldana, Sambhajinagar and Nandurbar have seen most applicants for the scheme so far. The lowest number of applicants are from Bandara so far. The BMC registered an FIR against an unidentified man for demanding a fee from a woman for filling up scheme forms in Mumbai's East Ward. While the government continues to publicize the scheme, the opposition questions the government's intent.
सरकार ने जो योजना लाई हुई है, ये योजना काफ़ी अच्छी है, पर इसका जिस तरह से प्रचार होना चाहिए या जो हिसाब से यंत्रणा इनको देनी चाहिए, जैसे एक वाईफाई सुविधा हो या 5G मोबाइल हो जिससे ये डाउनलोड हो सके, तो ये यंत्रणा जिनको इन्होंने ये अधिकार दिया हुआ है ये डाउनलोड करने का, ये उनके पास ये सिस्टम नहीं है कि जिससे वो डाउनलोड कर सके। तो हम विपक्ष में होते हुए भी हम तो घर घर जाके लोगों को बता रहे क्या ये योजना का लाभ उठाए ताकि कोई भी इस चीज से वंचित ना रहे।
With difficulties like form filling, money extortion and the burden to arrange documents, the women of Maharashtra, still with the hope that they'll get the promised amount, continue to fill the forms. What remains to be seen, will this really be an implementation even after elections, or as the opposition claims it to be just a tactic by the government to get votes in the upcoming Vidhan Sabha assembly polls? And aim is this, as the Chief Minister has promised its dear sisters of the state, that an amount of 1500 rupees will be granted into every women's account within the age of 21 to 65 every month, an amount of rupees 1500. With video journalist Mahesh Halwai, Ms. Sujata Dwivedi for NDTV 24/7.
All right, now with the monsoon rain lashing various parts of the country, the prices of vegetables, especially tomatoes, have increased in the past few days in both wholesale and retail markets in the capital. The consumers are now feeling the pinch of this. Take a look at this report.
Tomato prices turn red hot as rain damages crops and disrupts supply lines. Latest government data shows the average retail price of tomatoes was more than 70 rupees per kg in at least 18 states on Monday. In Ghaziabad's Vaishali colony, tomatoes are being sold at 100 rupees a kg in the retail market.
आज 100 रुपए किलो।
100 रुपए किलो है। तो ये मतलब अभी एक दिन पहले क्या कीमत था इसकी?
इसे 10 दिन पहले 40-50 रुपए किलो था, 30 रुपए किलो भी था, ऐसे।
पर नवीन, जब आप 100 रुपए किलो टमाटर बेचेंगे तो इसका बिक्री पर भी असर पड़ता होगा?
हाँ, तो बिक्री पे असर तो पड़ेगा ही। जहाँ लोग 1 किलो लेते हैं वहाँ भी आधा किलो ले रहे हैं।
A few meters away is Muhammad Rais's vegetable shop. He too is affected by the disruption in supply from Bengaluru and Shimla.
टमाटर आज क्या रेट है आपके?
टमाटर सर 100 रुपए किलो है जी। टमाटर इसलिए महंगा है कि शिमला का माल आ रहा, चारों तरफ बाढ़ है, इस चक्कर में सब्जी सारी महंगी है।
पहले आप जितना टमाटर बेचते थे एक दिन में जी, बिक्री पे भी असर पड़ा है महंगा होने से?
हाँ जी, पड़ा है, काफ़ी असर पड़ा है। पहले 6 क्रेटें बिकती थी, अब 2 क्रेटें बिक रही हैं।
मैंने आधी किलो।
इतना कम क्यों खरीदा?
अब महंगाई में कम खरीदना पड़ता है ना, कम गेरो कम खाओ
जी। तो आपने वो कम कर दिया, खपत ही कम कर दी?
बस खपत कम कर दी, अपना सिस्टम बदल जाएगा।
3 kilometers away, tomato wholesalers in Naveen Sabzi Mandi of Ghaziabad report a marginal decline in prices. but the uncertainty over supply persists.
पिछले 2-3 दिन पहले क्या रेट था आपके यहाँ और आज
उस समय थोड़ा और महंगा था, इस समय कम है रेट।
नहीं, कितना है रेट मतलब?
इस समय उस समय 80 रुपए किलो टमाटर पहुंच गया था, लेकिन इस समय 60 रुपए आ गया।
60 रुपए किलो आ गया। तो इसका बिक्री पे असर पड़ा है?
नहीं, बिक्री पे बिल्कुल असर पड़ा सर। मान लो जो बंदा 5 किलो लेता है वो 2.5 किलो पे आ गया, जो 2.5 वाला था वो 1 किलो पे आ गया।
Ghaziabad resident Ram Nivas runs a canteen in a corporate office. He says his budget has gone haywire.
2-3 दिन पहले अगर हम जो है ना 60 से 70 रुपए किलो खरीद रहे थे मंडी के अंदर।
मंडी में मतलब ये होलसेल रेट?
जो होलसेल जो रेट है वो 70-80 रुपए किलो का, जी, जो कि आज जो है ना आज 50 रुपए किलो का हो गया है। आज हुआ है 50 रुपए किलो कई दिन से, और अब कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है कुछ राहत आ रही है, वरना इससे पहले तो आग निकल रही थी। ऐसा लग रहा था क्या आगे होगा क्या।
कितना पहले आप खरीदते थे, अब कितना?
मैं 2 किलो पहले खरीदी, अब 1 किलो खरीद रही हूँ।
इतना फर्क आ गया है।
और क्या।
Tomatoes are expensive across the country. According to data from the Ministry of Food released on July 15, 2024, the average retail price of tomato remained above rupees 70 per kg in 18 states of the country on Monday. Andaman and Nicobar recorded the highest average retail price of rupees 116 per kg, while the average retail price of tomato in Sikkim was rupees 98 per kg. The average retail price in Delhi was recorded at 83 rupees per kg. It was rupees 78.75 per kg in Uttarakhand and rupees 75.79 per kg in the retail markets of Uttar Pradesh. According to traders, the fluctuation in tomato prices will continue for a few more days, as supply to mandis is likely to remain affected due to monsoon. In Ghaziabad with camera person Prem Singh and Himanshu Shekhar, Bureau Report, NDTV.